Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of DDTS, episode 506, and welcome to another episode of Talk It Out Thursday, episode 6 as well. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for joining me on this Thursday, and today is going to be another wonderful episode. I was debating if I wanted to do content yesterday because I didn't do Wrestling Wednesday yesterday. I wasn't in the right mind nor spirit, but I did do a reaction video, and you can check that out on my channel and on my page on YouTube. But today is going to be another wonderful episode. But first, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe button, and that notification bell so you will get notified when I have new content available so you can start watching. But let me tell you first, I was not going to do this. I was not going to do any content today. I was going to wait till tomorrow. But you know what? I decided to do this content today because a friend of mine kind of inspired me and influenced me to do this after they shared a video clip with me. You know who you are, so I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And as I was watching the video clip, I was like, wow. I was like shocked. And then again, I wasn't shocked because this type of content, this type of situation and conversation and topic is talked about, but really don't nobody want to hear the truth about this type of topic. So I'm basically going to give my elaboration on it, my opinion, my perspective, like I always do, and I'm just going to tell it like it is because that's the type of thing I do outside of YouTube and inside of YouTube. And I don't mean to make anybody uncomfortable or unease, but that's just what I do. Today's topic, what we're going to be talking about, I didn't know anything about this. I'm basically going to show some clips. I'm going to show 2 clips today of the topic that we're talking about. The first clip is going to be about this person who is very popular in the gospel community, who's a single preacher, pastor, whatever label, whatever name you want to put on it. And I know if there is some peoples, and if there is peoples that is watching this video that are Christian, that are loved with gospel, I don't mean no harm, no tea, no shade, but I'm just going to speak my facts about this topic. And today, we're going to talk about Marvin Sapp. Now, Marvin Sapp, I know a little of, but I don't know too much of. All I know, he's the one that sang, I never would have made it. I think that's him. That's the song that's the only song of his that I know completely. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this and get into this video today in this topic. So today, it's been trending. Shout out to TMZ for the clip that I got and that is in this video. The video credit of that clip goes to TMZ, and the article and post that Marvin Sapp posted explaining all of this. Shout out to the Shade Room for posting it. That credit goes to the Shade Room. The reason I said video credit, and the reason I said their names in the video credits, and the reason I said the name about the post that was up there is that I'm trying to do better and do right and give peoples their credit and give peoples their video credit, give peoples their flowers for their information that they put up here allegedly. And I want to give peoples their flowers, their credit, because they deserve majority of the credit and biggest of the credit. And I want to be a person that is honest and real and give peoples their credit, their flowers in this video. So when I tag a person or I tag a social media page or whoever is responsible for it, if I use their content or use a clip or something, or better yet, use a post, I will give them their credit, get them tag their names so they'll know that I did this to get them their flowers and get them their respect and thank them for what I do. So, yes, indeed. So when I say shout out to TMZ and video credit to TMZ, that's true because I got the clip from them. I screenshotted it, so video credit goes to TMZ, and the article and post that Marvin Sapp posted explaining about the whole ordeal. Shout out to the Shade Room. That goes out to the Shade Room. So I just want to be honest with that, y'all. I just want to be honest with y'all and do the right thing. So yes, indeed. So now, let's get into it. So I posted a clip of what's been trending about Marvin Sapp. I watched the clip, better yet, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to put the clip up here. And when I post this clip, I want y'all to watch very carefully what he says. And I want y'all to question and ask yourself, what type of situation, what type of thing is this? What type of person is this? And I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to think, do you think this is inappropriate to do in a church? Do you think this is the most crooked thing to do in a church? Do you think this is of God, or do you think this is of the devil? Do you think the good Lord and God is telling this preacher, pastor, music artist, gospel artist, whoever, no tea, no shade, no disrespect, do you think this is of God, or do you think this is of the devil? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this clip up here, and I want y'all to watch this clip. Then when the clip ends, we're going to be right back. So I'm going to put this clip up, let y'all watch it, and we will be right back. Thank you, y'all.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give it.
Hey y'all, welcome back. So did y'all see the clip of what I inserted about what Marvin Sapp said? Okay, the clip that was inserted and that y'all saw, he was basically telling the ushers to lock the doors and everything. Basically what Marvin Sapp was trying to do and what he was trying to get the church to do was basically they was trying to raise $40,000 or something like that, and wanted them to close the doors until they got $40,000 or 40K or however you want to say it. Now, I have a problem with that, and this when I'm finna elaborate and basically say how I feel about this situation. A lot of y'all might jump down my throat, and a lot of y'all might not agree with me, and a lot of y'all might agree with me, but I'm gonna say this. Number one, you have no damn right, form or fashion, to hold me somewhere hostage where I don't feel comfortable or safe. When I'm ready to go, I'ma get up and go. You had like number two, you don't have no right to hold nobody in the church to raise money. The thing is this. If I'm sitting in the church trying to hear the word of the good Lord, trying to hear the word of God, trying to hear the word of me being there on a Sunday or whatever day I'm there for Bible study or whatever event that's going on in the church, I'm there to hear a word. But when you say, Ushers, lock the doors, we're going to try to raise 40K and can't nobody leave till we raise this type of money. Second of all, and third of all, fourth of all, fifth of all, or whichever number I'm on, quite frankly, you lost your damn mind. And quite frankly, that is not of God. That is the devil. Because if it's one thing that I've learned over the years, church is not what it used to be. Church used to be a place that people can go to hear a good word from the pastor, to hear the most powerful messages that there is to hear. In case you're going through something, you could go to church and hear a powerful message. You didn't even have to worry about coming to church and thinking about issuing out money and stuff unless you are paying your tithes, or better yet, giving your offerings that you give every Sunday. If you're paying tithes in church and when they pass the collection plate to you, you give them what you want to give them. That's how it was back in the day. When you went to church back in the day, that's when peoples had came together. That's when peoples came together. That's when peoples enjoyed the word. That's when peoples, wasn't going crazy and wasn't doing all this silly stuff that they're doing now. But through this day and age, through all of this, now you go to church. Soon as you go in the church talking about money. The church need money to do this. The church need money to do that. The church need money to do this. The church need money to fix the building. The church need money to fix the fellowship hall. The church need money to do this fundraiser here. You know what? This the thing with me. But ain't nobody ready to have this conversation. I might be wrong saying this, and I might be wrong putting it in the phrase that I'm about to put it, but I'm going to put it in a respectful way, but I'm going to be real about it. If the church need help with all this and that, and if Marvin Sapp, and they're trying, in his church, is trying to raise $40,000 or would never. Y'all, this the question. If a church need all that money, donations or this and that the third, why in the hell is people's paying tithes for? When you pay your tithes every month, when you put in the collection plate every Sunday, or whenever you go to the church, don't those tithes and the money that you put in the collection plate goes towards whatever needs to be going toward for the church? Don't those tithes, don't those offerings, don't those donations that you put in the collection plate every Sunday supposed to go toward the church? I might be wrong, but ain't that's where it's supposed to go? Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you giving tithes every Sunday, every month, this and that, the third, those tithes and those offerings supposed to go toward whatever's going on with the church. If the church roof need to be fixed, dip into them tithes and them offerings, because I'm pretty sure that's what's supposed to be going to the church. And it's supposed to be a person, a motherboard of the church that, volunteers get the tissue and soaps and stuff or whatever that needs to be getting got. I'm pretty sure there's somebody that do that. But this the thing though. If you giving offerings and tithes or this and that the third, all that that's in that collection plate, that's in them envelopes that they be putting in that offering plate, donating, that's supposed to go towards whatever's going on with the church. If the church go on a event, I'm pretty sure that money that they donate to the church in them offerings supposed to go toward that because it's toward the church. It's for the church. But this the thing, y'all. All that money that be going into the church, and then every time when something come up in the church, some ain't right in the church, some broken in the church, or this and that the third, you go toward the offering plate, and they wonder, well, we got money in the church in the offerings, we can do that. And then somebody say, ain't no money, we don't have enough. Then what the hell you doing with the damn money? I tell you what you're doing with the damn money. The peoples that is over the money, the ushers or this and that the third, the ushers, the motherboard, or whoever that's in charge of the money, they go in the back, they count it out. I'm going to tell you something. I believe to my soul and to my spirit, they be pocketing that money. Pocketing their money for them damn selves. They ain't doing it from the church. They stealing from the church. And still you still doing donations. And still stuff ain't adding up. And that's what I don't understand. If a person say, Ursula's lock the doors. We're not leaving here till we raise 40K. I know one thing. If you don't let me out this church, I know it's going to be a problem. No disrespect. And if he's the one that's saying, I never would have made it. Well, I'm going to say this. You ain't gonna make it if you don't let me up out this damn church. Because what you're not gonna do, you're not finna hold me hostage when I'm ready to go home. You ain't getting no 40K from me. You're gonna get what I give you. So if I give you $2 or $3, maybe $4, maybe $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $11, $12, that's what you're getting. And if you ain't satisfied with that, then so damn be it. You're going to let me out this damn church. Because anybody don't have no right holding somebody hostage in a church until they raise this so and so amount of money. What's going on with the church these days is this. It's all about money. Money. You got to do this for the church to have money. If they say you got to pay to come in the church, well, better yet, I'll come out better watching the church on TV at the house. I can put on a damn suit, my damn tie, my damn shoes and everything, dress up at the damn house and watch church at the house. That's why a bunch of people don't want to come to church these days. Because the church ain't right. It ain't the church. It's just the building. Yes, the church is just the building. But the truth and the honest truth is, it ain't the church. It's the peoples in the church that's doing the scandalous things. And if you call yourself a pastor, and if you call yourself this and that the third, you call yourself a pastor, you call yourself a deacon, you call yourself a motherboard. If you are part of the church community, then it is your responsibility to make sure whoever's in charge of the money, who's ever in charge of the building fund of the church, it is their responsibility to make sure the money is right, the paper is right, the account is right and everything. Don't go in that money and go and messing it up. And then when it's time to do something for the church, oh, the money's not looking right. This not looking right. The reason the money not looking right because you're taking away from it. I've never heard of a church asking for money, 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 money. I ain't never heard of that before in my 30 years of life. Back in the day, you didn't have to worry about the church asking for money. But now the church want money for this. The church want money for that. That ain't of God. That is of the devil, and that's money hungry. And I really thought Marvin Sapp, if he's a gospel artist, what would make him want to do that and say that? Is that a crime? Could he be arrested for that? Could he be held accountable for that? That ain't right. Y'all might not agree with me, but that to me, listen, I believe in the good Lord. I do. I believe in God. I believe in the good Lord. And I got baptized. Am I a Christian? I'm not saved. Listen, I got baptized, but I'm not saved and sanctified. But I will say this: I believe in the good Lord, and I believe in God. I believe there is a God. I believe in Jesus Christ, but I'm not saved, sanctified. I'm not the type of person that's going to be in the Bible 24/7. Will I go to church and give the Lord some of my time? I sure will. But that is my decision to make. But I think now, in this day and age, the church is crooked. It's not the church, because it's just a building. It's the people's in the church. They're not doing right. They money hungry, money grongry, however you want to say it. Because one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to hold me captive, and you're not going to hold me hostage till you get money. You ain't going to do that, because I'm not going to stand for it. A bunch of people is not going to stand for that stuff. And I'm going to say this. Someone told me a long time ago, they was telling me this story, that they went to this church, that they was invited to this church, and when they went to this church, this pastor, they say the pastor was preaching everything good, and say the pastor took the collection plate or whatever he had in his hand, and he told the peoples, y'all, if you love the Lord, if you want to be delivered, take your jewelry off and put it in this collection plate. I said, I know good and damn well did nobody take their jewelry off and put it in a collection plate in the church. They ain't, no. I guess I said to myself, I guess I won't be delivered. Because I'm not pulling off no jewelry and putting it in a collection plate. I've never heard anything like that. But I will say this. Ever since then, Marvin Sapp put up a post on Facebook via the Shade Room. I'm about to put that up and I'm going to read it to y'all. So join me. I'll be right back. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is me, DeAndre Dobbs, and today is Talk It Out Thursday, and this is part of the topic that we're going to be talking about today, that I'm going to be elaborating on today, that I found out about today. This is about a legendary gospel singer, Marvin Sapp, which I didn't know this about him and what took place, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna read with what he wrote in this response that he has written and that he is replying to will be what we are going to be discussing in the video today. And this is the Shade Room that shared this. Shout out to the Shade Room. And this is the post that Marvin Sapp posted. He says, let's add context to the clip of social media. Recently, a clip has gone viral of me challenging 2,000 individuals, virtually and in person, to plant a seed of $20 during an international gathering held at a convention center with over 4,000 people in attendance. That evening, plus visual views in that same moment. I also challenge leadership to lead by example by sowing $100 that evening. I personally gave much more. Some have taken issue with a particular moment when I instructed the ushers rather firmly to close the doors during the offering. To those unfamiliar with the church context, who they may not regularly attend worship gatherings, this has been misinterpreted as holding people's hostage as well as offensive. That was never my intent. The truth is, when finances are being received in any worship gathering, it is one of the most vulnerable, exposed times for both finance and security teams. Movement during the scared exchange can be distracting and at times even risky. My directive was not about control. It was about creating a safe, focused, and reverent environment for those choosing to give, for those handling the resources. Unfortunately, in the social media age, snippets are easily shared without context, and assumptions are quickly made without understanding the full picture. Confederates and budgets, churches and have budgets, and peoples have budgets. And as the assigned minstrel gift in the international gathering of my responsibilities was to help raise the Confederates' budget. That is not manipulation, it's stewardship. Now, allow me to give you some biblical context, not opinion, not tradition, but scripture. In 1 Chronicles 29, we found the powerful moment where David preparing for the building of the temple. Challenges to peoples he starts to give for his own treasure over and about what he had already set aside. Then he calls on the leaders to do the same. What happened next? The people gave willingly and generously. The fact they gave so much that a record was kept on each gift. And ultimately, David had to tell the peoples to stop giving because the need had been exceeded. The Bible says they gave gold, silver, bronze, iron, and precious stones. Specific amounts were recorded, not because God needed their money, but because the people need to show the commitment to the vision and because stewardship demands accountability. So when someone challenged the peoples to give a specific amount, it's not unbiblical. It is not manipulation. It is in order. It is consistent with scripture. But here's the tension. People's traditions often conflict with biblical truth. That's why Jesus himself said traditions of men make the word of God effect. Mark 7:13. So yes, you saw a moment, but I invite you to understand the movement behind it. I felt it was necessary to provide the context to this clip, and I hope you shared this explanation with some same passion, speed, and the original clip was shared. On the clarity and the truth are what I owe the peoples. I always provide just that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry that took so long. I wanted to give y'all all of this before this video starts. This video has already starts. And this is some information that I wanted to insert in along with the video that has been going around, what Marvin Sapp has been saying. Now, with this have been shown and all that is going on within this situation. Y'all know what I'm about to do next. I'm finna elaborate on it and give my opinion, let y'all know how I feel about this situation. And basically, this all should tell everybody that, and let people know that yes, it is very, not calling this person a crooked person, because I'm not. I can't call anybody nothing. But I can say this. You can tell when something is not right, and you can tell when people are money hungry in the church and not the church, in this world and not this world. So yeah. So let's go ahead and get to this video. Hey y'all, welcome back. As you see, I posted a clip, not clip, I posted the post with Marvin Sapp put and how he responded to the clip of the video. And I'm just going to say this one last thing about that. I'm just going to elaborate on that little post that he put. Anytime when somebody put a statement up like that, it basically shows their guilt, their guiltiness, not their innocence. They're not their innocence, but their guilt. Because they know deep down that the peoples that looked up and that they looked up slash look up to him see what type of person and what type of situation that was. Now, I think, to my knowledge, I think it's against the law to hold somebody hostage in a church till they raise $40K, $40,000, however you want to put it. I've never heard of a church, and I've never heard of a situation of a church to have the ushers close the doors and they ain't leaving. Can't nobody leave till they raise $40K in a church. And he also said in the video, allegedly, that some people's paid, but he say in order to leave, you gotta raise. They're gonna give them $20 a piece or whatever, and they ain't leaving the church till they raise $40K. Like I said, when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go, and you can't hold nobody captive in the church till they raise $40K. What if the peoples don't have $40K? What if they don't have $40K? What if they don't have that type of money? You can't do that. And for a person to say that they have to do that in the church, that's where the offerings and the tithes go. When you put it in the collection plate, all that supposed to go toward the church, the building fund. That's the word I'm looking for, the building fund. Every cent that you get, that you put in that collection plate, all that supposed to go to the building fund towards the church, all that. Now, I don't know, do the ushers supposed to get their cut? I don't know, do the ushers get a cut? I don't know, do the ushers get a cut? I don't know, do the deacons get a cut? I really don't know. I think the pastor's supposed to get a cut. How much they get, I don't know, because it ain't got nothing to do with me. But for him to be a gospel singer, or artist, producer, or whatever he is, that just don't seem too cool. That don't seem right. And for that long post, had the nerve to post, then posted a Bible clip, a Bible verse, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. It seems like this generation, in this day and age, all the church care about is money. Back in the day, you didn't have to worry about that. The church wasn't too much worried about money. The church will be happy to do things for you for free. But now every time when the church help you, they want money. I've never heard of it before. So I don't know how to put that into context and put that into words. I really do hope that I'm putting it in a I'm hoping that I'm putting it in a understandable way / respectable way. without trying to throw tea and shade, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm real. Like, that's just how I see it. So, what do y'all think about the situation? Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to comment. Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will get more of my videos. So that will be my Talk It Out Thursday for today. And this episode was about Marvin Sapp. And again, video credit and clip goes towards TMZ. Thank you, TMZ. Shout out to TMZ, because that's their video, they clip. Shout out to them. And shout out to the Shade Room on that post that they put up. Shout out to the Shade Room or this and that, because I want to give my credit to the peoples that put that content in it, so I could, get a perspective of it. So yeah, shout out to the Shade Room, shout out to TMZ, thank y'all. And I will see y'all on Motivational Monday, or whenever. Y'all might see me before then, I don't know. But thank y'all for joining me. I love y'all. Till next time on DDTS. Love y'all. Thank you, and bye-bye.